Hi everybody, welcome back to another video of mine. I hope you all have a good day. Mine is not that great actually, because I became aware of some stuff that I guess I try to ignore in a way. But yeah, after using like this Mdma substance, things came up, like things that happened to me through my absent father. My father was not really present in my life. He was there, but he was not really there. He was not emotionally available. And he's quite self-absorbed, and I'm quite angry with him actually, in a way. Although I know he cannot do anything about it. Although, yeah, it's hard to judge the man in a way, but he never really looked into himself, and he never really addressed the issues he had with his father, and he never healed from his childhood, and so he passed it on to me. And I'm living like the things he experiences, I experience myself. It's kind of crazy actually. So yeah, I used MDMA for as a therapeutic source, I guess. Maybe I don't know how to say it otherwise, but I read a lot of books. I read some books about it, or one book about it, I guess. But I saw a lot of videos about the author and speaking about psychedelics and MDMA and all these substances that could be used as a therapeutic substance. I know I should not promote this or encourage people to do that, to use drugs to use that as a therapeutic substance, but you should actually do that with a professional, or you should educate yourself about it, because it's probably not for everyone. But there are a lot of positive things that can come from these substances if you use it wisely. So not at parties, and yeah, buying from someone you trust a bit. Anyways, but I'm digressing. So it was not the best experience. It's not, in a way, like some people tell you that, and that's what is true. You can feel like love and bliss and all these positive feelings from MDMA. You can experience this. I experienced that the first time, and on a festival, when it was very long ago that I used that substance, because I have to be very careful with it. So yeah, it was not that pleasant. It was like looking into certain things that happened to me in the past. And as I already mentioned, my father, yeah, is really self-absorbed, and that's what came actually to the surface. And I somewhere knew this already, because I think my father has like Asperger or something. Like he's like on the autistic spectrum, I guess, for all his life. I don't know. I don't consider my father as a real narcissist, although he uses some emotionally manipulative tactics to get his needs met, which is not very pleasant. And I always try to help him out, because he's very sick, and I know he cannot really do much. and it's sometimes difficult to say no, because with this illness, and that plays like on my emotions a bit, because yeah, who's gonna do it? Who else is gonna do it? And it's not the healthiest situation, and I'm actually quite angry at him now, because every time he sees me, like physically, because he doesn't really see me, but every time he sees me when I'm like downstairs, and he doesn't really ask me how it's with me. He doesn't really reflect what's going on with me. He doesn't really care actually what's going on with me or what I want to do. He barely talks about me. The most of the time he asks things that serve him. And yeah, I notice it now, but I know it from the past, but I try to not look at it, because I don't know why. I guess living in denial is sometimes easier, probably. But this has to change. I know it's quite tough to see this. And I also have issues with my mother. I don't know exactly if my mother is narcissistic or covert narcissistic. I have no clue. She was not the worst person, I guess, in my life. Although she did some bad stuff to us, because she couldn't handle us when we were younger, when we were like a bit naughty and disobedient. She was really aggressive at times and brutal, punishing us, hitting us, my father as well. But I want to stay like for a while at my father, like stick to the father story today, and maybe I address my mother in another video, because else it's gonna be too long, and I try to make the video short. But so yeah, where was I? So yeah, he's very self-centered. I came downstairs recently, and he asks me if I already bought the tickets for the concert for him, and that was already like I'm already a little bit angry, and it was really triggering me again. And then he sat on the table, and he was talking about himself again, and he was really he tries to connect. He doesn't really try to connect. He tries to like talk about him all the time, and he thinks that is connection, building a relationship, talking about him and his stories and his life all the time. He probably told his stories about his life how many times? I don't know, 10,000 times. Always the same stories about his job and about his dad and about this and about that, and I'm like this. I don't know what I am. Am I a therapist? Am I a soundboard? What am I? I know it's not okay, but the problem is that self-absorbed people don't really care about other people's feelings, and if you tell them what you go through, they become very defensive, and they don't want to look at their own behavior. They already feel like they are not good enough, let alone that somebody addresses some things they do that triggers their traumas, and then suddenly you become the problem. And that's the problem with self-absorbed people. So yeah, I'm going to train now, but I think I will talk about it more in the next video, because 10 minutes I can't talk about this like for a longer period of time. But I try to make this more like that this becomes more like this subject becomes more mainstream, probably, because although they are not really intentionally toxic. Probably, I don't know. I don't think he does this intentionally. He's just unaware of his behavior. But that doesn't mean that this doesn't cause any harm, because it does. So I'll get back at this this video, but I have to let some steam off. So I'm going to train first, and then probably I'll make another video. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.